Good afternoon again. I'm Panagiotis Koutoudis, representing the Institute of Entrepreneurship Development of CoWorkMED project. What I'm going to do in the next few minutes, I'm going to present you some findings from the interviews we have elaborated within 3.1 activity of our project. The rationale behind these interviews is to collect some extra and specific data on the legal framework in each country that participates in our project. So far, we have a database from 4 interviews from Greece with managers of co-working spaces in Athens, Thessaloniki, Larissa, our city, and 3 interviews in Italy, also with managers of co-working spaces in Tuscany region. So let's go to the findings from these interviews. First category, co-working definition and legal framework. In Greece, there are many informal definitions about co-working, but none of these is legally binding. Due to the fact that there is no standard definition about co-working, bureaucratic steps are not clear and understandable, and they may vary according to the type of business, the co-working space we have. For example, you have different steps if you are going to give a social enterprise form to the co-working space, and different steps if you are going to give another type of form. The absence of regulation doesn't help the co-working activities and drive co-workings and entrepreneurs to self-organization. Also, it's true that some co-working managers prefer soft or even no regulation at all, compared to over-regulation of co-working spaces. And there is no strategy in Greece for inspiring the current legal framework on co-working activities. Italy, same category. A well-defined and clear legal framework does not exist apart from the voucher and accreditation system Fabio also mentioned. National laws are not specific for co-working spaces. They simply establish rules on work safety and intended uses. A specific code for registering co-working spaces also does not exist. There are a lot of gray areas regarding co-working, such as safety regulations. Bureaucratic steps needed to set up a co-working activity are the ones applicable to any other form of business, same as Greece here. Accreditation system is a positive model, but the minimum of 8 workstations, maybe it's too low, and this turns co-working into a mere office, and this is not a reason on collaborative and sharing economy. Next category, we investigated, let's say, through the interviews, typologies and connections. In Greece, most of co-working spaces are located in Athens due to the larger population and the presence of bigger companies, of course. In the city of Larissa, where our organization is located, there are 2 co-working spaces. Co-working is connected with the startup community and generally with entrepreneurship activities. Innovator hubs have a main role for networking and giving tools for business growth. Existing co-working activities are mainly set up by local entrepreneurs. There is no national cooperation on this level. Co-working spaces specialization in certain fields is according to the domain knowledge of the operators and the manager of the co-working spaces. Italy, regarding typologies and connections, aggregation and agglomeration on monosectoral basis are weak because these strategies do not go beyond traditional regions. In Tuscany region, co-working activities are mainly set up also by local entrepreneurs, but national and international cooperation model is also found in Italy. We have an example of a talent garden in Milan. Co-working spaces specialization in certain fields is according to the domain knowledge of the operators, same as Greece. Beyond professional specializations, the most important point is which are the reasons that drive the strategy aiming to expand the activities. Public policies in Greece. It seems that the level of support from national, regional or local policy is very, very low. All four interviewees voted with 1 from a scale from 5 to 1. 1 is the lowest. There are only few incentives for opening a business, but not particular for co-working spaces. And it's better to give vouchers to users of spaces so as to use spaces rather than to spaces directly. Public policies in Italy, it seems here that the level of support from national, regional or local policy is medium in Italy. 2 interviewees voted for 4 and 1 for 2. Regional policies are fragmented. A broader and integrated dimension is still lacking. It's good to address resources to beneficiaries and not to structures or co-working spaces directly. Voucher incentives are effective, but also it seems to be necessary to have a broader perspective. What does it happen after the voucher? Demand and evaluation potentiality. In Greece, most relevant attracting factors for a co-worker: interaction, networking and support, low-cost professional working space, enhancement of creativity, innovation and cooperation. Synergies and expanding the professional network are some effective potentialities of co-working activities in Greece. Good practices: mentoring between experienced entrepreneurs and startuppers, networking between professionals, this may be the same, promoting new ideas. In Italy, relevant attracting factors for co-worker: flexibility and management agility, services and related activities put in place to favor exchanges and relationships between the members, users of the co-working space, and the very location of the co-working space. Effective potentialities of co-working activities in Italy: promotion of micro-enterprises and microservices able to generate local economic opportunities. Increasing competitiveness attracts innovative firms also through outsourcing mechanisms. Good practices from Italy: cooperation with other institutions such as schools, universities, etc. Regarding the perspective of enterprise accelerator within Impact Hub network, so far 3 new firms have been founded on the ground of food waste, providing to policymakers useful proposals to improve policies and support tools. That was all, and thank you for your attention. As Mattia also mentioned, there will be time at the end for questions and answers.